guys can try it. It's just sort of funky belly song. For anybody who knows grape diseases, there's some Pierce's disease in this block. There you go.
I'm down for some Pierce's disease, yeah.
Break up a big hunk of disease for me.
So you can see, here's a good example that this season's really uneven. The grape cluster's behind you, that's a young vine, but it's still small. And then you've got smaller berries here. And then you've got some vines that are, some vines you'll see are like more full of fruit. And then you've got like half-ass clusters. It's been a really uneven. Like blah 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 technical blah blah blah, and people must just be like
Blah 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 wine, blah blah blah,
blah 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 wine. Like that. So there is this little trick that when you get like Eutypa or some other sort of fungus or virus or fungus, generally fungus. Sorry, get some other fungus. It's the ice cream going in my brain.
The fungus among us.
The fungus among us. So you cut it off. You find a sucker and you can retrain it up without having to replant the whole plant. Problem is, this is Pierce's disease and it's in the vascular. You know what xylem and phloem are?
No.
A little bit of plant fizz geekery.
I've heard the word.
I like that movie too. So phloem is basically the vascular structure that takes the sugar down to the roots, and the xylem brings the water up. So this is a virus that grows in the xylem. It's actually called Xylella fastidiosa. And it's species names so much. So it's in the vascular structure. So even though we tried to cut it off and start a new one, it's still there. And Pierce's disease is a pretty big deal because there's no cure for it. And there's these little blue-green sharpshooters that move it around.
Glassy winged. Thank you, Polly.
No. Blue greens are up here, glassy wing are in Southern California, and there's a lot of money being spent to keep them from moving up here. But there's a lot of folks who think that they actually can't, their life cycle is too cold, they won't be able to do that. Are you videoing?
No, don't worry. I'm making eye contact. See? Don't worry.
Anyway, so it's hard. So we're going to have to actually pull out this whole vine and replant it.
Wow.
And, you know,
That
that's
was
a
my
couple
next question.
bottles of wine, yeah.
How long do you try to save them?
If I can, it's actually... Because this vineyard's established, and these all have established root systems, if I pull this out and start over like that little rootstock, it doesn't get enough water. So it's uniformity, it makes everything a lot easier. Even though we like biodiversity and all that, but within a vineyard block, you try to make sure the vines are all the same age.